Malak is a senior at Fordson High School who spells her name with a C. Malack. She is an activist for human rights and a student who aspires to pursue a career in medicine. She quotes Descartes, "I think, therefore I am," having the belief that change is undoubtedly possible in the world. Please give it up for Malak.
Kind of short. For Palestine, who never stops fighting. They say that the United States is the land of the free and the home of the brave, but what they don't say is that Palestine is the land of the guilty and the home of the innocent, the land of the occupiers and the home of the occupied, the land of the persecutors and the home of the persecuted, the land of the oppressors and the home of the oppressed. But it wasn't until 1948 that resistance was born, when Palestine became this definition. 1948 came around, they stole Palestine. They grabbed her by her hand and took all that she had, the clothes off her back, the fruit off her trees. They robbed her for dignity and stripped her of her identity. Her children were left orphaned, her siblings misplaced, her parents divorced, and she continued to fight. It's been 70 years of occupation, of war, of murder, of blood, sweat, tears, of calamity, of agony, but she continues to fight. In January, her children were detained, taken away and changed. They were slapped against the cheeks, trapped between the creeks, raped before the men, escaped through hell, all because of a piece of land, an invisible line that not only divided their land, but their peace of minds, their humanity, their sanity, and their human rights. But she continues to fight. In February, she was stained red from the wounds of the innocent who bled, but she continues to fight. In March, bills were passed against her will that threatened their existence for real, but she continued to fight. In April, her children began a crusade, a hunger strike while in isolation, to improve the excruciating prison conditions, but she continued to fight. In June, her children stayed awake, afraid. They would wait at night, hoping for a sign of light. A little child of 8 was amongst the many awake. He looked to his father with big brown eyes and said, "Baba, can you tell me a story about Palestine?" His father looked at him with the same brown eyes and slowly began, "Once upon a time there lived a Palestine. Her eyes were tinted green like her olive trees, but her heart was tinted red from the tears that they shed, from the words that they said, from the blood that they bled. Her clothes were tinted black like the souls of the oppressors, and her skin was tinted white like the doves that never flew above her." But Baba, said the child with fear in his eyes, "Is Palestine going to be the same again? Is Palestine going to be all right?" With hope in his eyes, his father replied. He said, "You see, my son, my story is not just a fairy tale without a happy ending. Palestine will be all right. Palestine will be fine," because she continues to fight. In July, amid the controversy that angered the Heights, UNESCO declared Hebron's old city a World Heritage Site because she continued to fight. In August, metal detectors blocked entrance into Al-Aqsa Mosque, yet her children still prayed outside on the rocks, but she continued to fight. In September, as a call to prayer was heard, the Muslims rushed in as now they could because she continued to fight. In October, tear gas and bombs punctured her body as her children suffocated and fled hurriedly, but she continued to fight. In November, her heart beat quick. She was worried about the life that they lived, but she continued to fight. In December, a girl of 16 years fought a soldier of Israel. They raided her house and started arresting, but she continues to smile as a face of resistance because she too continued to fight. The 6th of December 2017, she remembers the day as if it was yesterday. They took her only child who remained. Jerusalem was her name. She was Palestine's only hope. She wondered how she could cope, for a mother's love for her child is infinite. So when they handed her that death certificate, she saw the world before her eyes. She bent over and cried, or so they thought, because she continued to fight. They still say that the United States is the land of the free and the home of the brave, but they now say that Palestine is the land of the olive trees and the home of the diverse, the land of the hope and the home of the believers, the land of the resilient and the home of the achievers, the land of the fighters and the home of the resistance. Because 70 years wasn't just blood, sweat, and tears, it was 70 years of endurance, of hope, of grit, of protest, of prayer, of resistance. Because whenever something came up, she continued to fight. She fought as they lay in the puddles of blood that reek of pure hate and injustice. In the eyes of the child who was a victim of ruthless imprisonment, in the tears of the families living in the war-torn environments, and in the arms of humanity that have since been lifted. Because despite the blood, the greed, and the death, there is still hope. There will be peace once Palestine becomes whole again, once Palestine becomes free, because she continues to fight. Thank you.